Well, in this video, we will answer a question related to passive voice. Here we have a sentence which is in active voice, and we have to choose the passive form of the sentence given here. What is the sentence given here? The sentence is machines are replacing the workers. This is the sentence. To this active voice sentence, we have to choose the passive form in these options. There are four options. One among them is the correct one. We have to choose the passive form of the given sentence. In order to answer this question, we must know the rules of passive voice. Now we will study the rules of passive voice in order to answer this question. Yes, while changing an active voice sentence into passive voice sentence, we must have the table of this be verb. See, we have be verbs in present tense and be verbs in past tense. Is, am, are the be verbs in present tense, and we have was and were in past tense. We use all these be verbs while changing an active voice sentence into passive voice sentence. We use is and am in present tense if the subject is singular. Right? We use is or am in present tense if the subject is singular. And we use was in past tense if the subject is singular. Similarly, we use are in present tense if the subject is plural. We use are in present tense if the subject is plural. And we use were in past tense if the subject is plural. With these be verbs, we also have some more verbs: be, being, and been. So these be verbs also are used in passive voice. For example, we use be while changing an active voice sentence into passive voice if the sentences have modal verbs. Modal verbs means will, would, can, could, shall, should. If the sentences have these modals, we use be while changing an active voice sentence into passive voice. We use being, we use this be verb while changing an active voice sentence into passive voice if the sentences are in continuous tense. Continuous, it may be present continuous or past continuous. We use been while changing an active voice sentence into passive voice if the sentences are in perfect tense. It may be present perfect or it may be past perfect. Now let's take an example and we will see how these be verbs are used in passive voice. Now I'll take a sentence. Rani writes songs. So this is the sentence. Now I'm going to change this sentence into passive voice. This is an active voice sentence. We have to change this into passive voice. And while changing this sentence into passive voice, I will follow certain steps. Right? Now the first step that I am going to follow is read the sentence. Yes, the first step is to read the sentence. Now let us read the sentence. Rani writes songs. Right? This is the first step. Now next step is to break the sentence into subject, verb and object. Now what is the subject in this sentence? Rani is subject and writes is verb and object is songs. Right? This is the object. Subject means something which does an action in the sentence. It may be person, it may be thing, it may be animal, anything. Anything which does an action in the sentence is subject. Means the doer in the sentence. So Rani is doer in this sentence, so it is subject. Right? So now first step is to read the sentence. The second step is to break the sentence into subject, verb and object. And the next step is to find out the tense of the sentence. We have to find out the tense of the sentence. It is very, very important. Right? How to find out the tense of the sentence? By looking at the verb, we come to know the tense of the sentence. When you look at the verb, what is the verb? Writes is the verb. Right? When you look at the verb, writes, we come to know it is in present tense. Later, we have to change the places of subject and object. we have to bring the object into the place of subject. Now let us bring this object into the place of subject, right? What is the object in the active voice sentence? Songs. This word songs will become subject in passive voice, right? Yes, songs. So this word has become subject now. Now it is very important to write the be verb. It is very important to write the be verb. So while writing be verb, we should consider the tense of the sentence into account. It is very important. In which tense is it? In present tense. So we have to look at the present tense be verbs. Present be verbs. What are the be verbs that we have in present tense? We have is, we have am, we have are, right? So when do we use is or am? If the subject is singular, we use. If the subject is plural, we use are. What is the subject here? Songs. It is plural subject. Now we use plural be verbs. So the plural be verb are is the correct one. Yes, are. And the next step is to write the V3 form of the verb. What is the V3 form of the verb? What is the verb? Writes. What is the V3 form of this verb? Written. Written is the V3 form of this verb. Yes. Now let's write this V3 form. Written. Songs are written. Now we have to write the preposition by. By whom? By Rani. Rani. Now this is the final passive voice sentence. Rani writes songs. Songs are written by Rani. This is how we have to change the active voice sentence into passive voice sentence. Now let's make some changes here. Rani is writing a song. Rani is writing a song. Now let us do the passive voice for this sentence. What is the sentence? Now let us read the sentence. Rani is writing a song. Next step is to break the sentence. Subject. What is the verb? Is writing is verb, and what is the object? A song is the object. Next is to find out the tense of the subject sentence. In which tense is it in? It is in present continuous. Present continuous, right? Present continuous. Is present be verb, and ing is there. So it is still going on. It is still happening. That is why it is present continuous. So it is in present tense. And now next is to bring the object into the place of subject. What is object in active voice sentence? A song. That a song has become subject in this sentence, in passive voice sentence. Now we have to write the be verb. So before going to the be verb table, we have to know whether it is in present tense or past tense. Now it is in present tense. We have to use present be verb. Present be verb, we have three be verbs: is, am, are. Why should we use is here? Because a song is singular. Singular is, right? A song is. Now I have to write the V3 form. But before that, we have to see if the sentences are in continuous tense. If the sentences have ing, we take being. This being is used along with this is, are, am. If the sentences are in continuous tense, it may be present continuous or it may be past continuous. Yes, now we use that being. Being. Now we write the V3 form of this verb. Written. Written by Rani. So this is how we change the sentences into a passive voice if the sentences are in continuous tense. Right? Now we will take one more example. Rani was writing a song. Rani was writing a song. The same, we have to break the sentence. Subject verb, object. Now then we have to find out the tense of the sentence. It is in past tense because was writing. In the past it was happening, right? So past continuous, it is past tense. Now a song, so past tense, so past be verbs. If the sentence is past, if the sentence is in past tense, we have to concentrate on only past be verbs. What be verbs we have in past tense? Was and were. So we have two be verbs. So since the subject is singular, we use was. If the subject is plural, we would use were. Since it is singular, we use was. A song was. Now since it is in ing form, since it is continuous tense, we use being. Being. What is the V3 form of this verb? Written. Written by Rani. This is how we change this sentence. Now we change the active voice sentence into passive voice in past tense, right? Simple past. Rani wrote a song. Rani wrote a song. Now subject, verb, object, tense, wrote, past tense. Past tense means past be verbs. Was, were. Past tense means past be verbs. Okay, now the subject. A song. Object became subject now. A song. So past tense. So past be verbs. What are the past be verbs we have? Was and were. So now what is the subject? Is it singular or plural? Singular. So singular past was. A song was. What is the V3 form of wrote? Written. Written by Rani. Yes, like this we have to do. Now I'll make some changes here. Rani wrote the songs. Now the plural object, right? Rani wrote the songs. Okay. Singular. Okay. Now same subject. Rani wrote, verb, the songs, object. Now it is in past tense. So now let's change this sentence into passive voice. Now the object becomes subject. The songs. Now we have to write the be verb. So before going to be verb table, we should consider two things. One, whether the sentence is in present tense or past tense. The tense of the sentence. Next, the subject of the sentence. So tense, past tense, subject, plural. So past tense, now only look at the past be verbs. Was, were. Now should we use was or were? It is based on the subject. The subject is plural, songs. Now the plural verb, plural were, right? The songs were, what is the V3 form? Written. Written by Rani. Now this is how we should change the active voice sentence into passive voice sentence by using this be verb table and by using all these steps, right? Now let's go back to the question and try to answer it. Now we will solve this question. And what is the sentence here? The sentence is machines are replacing the workers. This is the sentence which is in active voice. So we have to find the passive form of this sentence, right? So how to change this sentence into passive voice? Just follow the simple steps. We have to read the sentence, then we have to break the sentence into subject, verb and object. Now I have broken the sentence into subject, verb into object. Then we have to find out the tense of the sentence. Now which tense is it in? It is in present continuous. Present continuous. It is present be verb ing. Present continuous. And later we have to change the places of subject and object. We have to bring the object into the place of subject. Yes. Now it is very important to remember that this sentence is in present continuous, right? So we have to use the present verbs, and since it is having ing form, we have to use being. I told you, right? So here in all the options, the object is correct. No? They have used the object. They have made the workers as subject here. So let's not worry about that. Now the main hint is it is present continuous, so we have to use the present verbs. Here let us have a look at the present. So this is past verb. Now this is not the correct portion, so it is the eligible for this, and it is also eligible. So it is also eligible, but see here we have three. So see, we have three present passive voice sentences, but here whenever the sentences are in continuous tense, I told you to use being. So since this sentence has being, this is the correct option. So the machines are replacing the workers is changed into passive voice, and the workers are being replaced by machines. This is the correct answer to this question, right?